you have discovered through the expansion of the internet world. I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast. We're going to be talking about your life, my life, and the world today. So sit back, relax, grab something if you need it, and let's do this. Guys, welcome to the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast. I am Johnny Allen, and I am back from a long break. Yeah. You know, I said if you followed me in the past, you saw where I said I'd be back in July. I'm actually a little bit ahead of schedule, which is great. I'm glad to be a little bit ahead. But I'll catch you up on what's going on, what I've been up to. We'll talk about a little bit of what's going on now in today's world. But first of all, if you're new here, hit the subscribe, like, and all that stuff. I appreciate it. Small channel, just trying to build it up. And, you know, I don't do anything fancy here, in case you guys are new. I just talk about everyday life, that, you know, things that go on in your life, you know, just things I observe. And a little background, I'm 59 years old, and the reason why I give you guys my age, I am a white, Caucasian, Christian straight male. And the reason why I'm putting that all out there is because that way you kind of got a perspective from looking through my eyes and looking through my lenses, so to speak. Because what's going on today, and I will talk about that, what's going on today, guys, is you don't have a mind for yourself, really. They force feed things, they force feed agendas that they want you to live by, that you should live by. You know, I don't know who it is, but I'll get further involved with this subject as I go on. But to basically to kick off the podcast, it's like, you know, I think we should think for ourselves. We've kind of gotten away from that. We're not self-thinkers anymore. We let other people think for us. We let other people decide what we want to do, how we want to do it, how we want to live our lives. I'll get into that. But the age background is simply for that reason. So you guys see through my lens. You know, I grew up in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, 90s. You know, I was a young man in the 90s. So I've seen a lot of stuff. I've seen things go and change throughout the years, right? And but anyway, we'll talk a little bit about that. And I just kind of share my own personal view. I'm not right about everything. I'd claim not to be right. I just throw out things I observed and ask questions and let you guys kind of chime in. Give me your 2 cents, what you think about with these subjects I talk about, and I bring up talking points. I bring up. So anyway, it's good to be back. I took some time off because I just needed it. I had a lot of things going on in the family. Nothing really bad. A few things that were a little, you know, shaky. But basically, in a nutshell, I needed time. I needed some time to kind of catch up on things in my life, look back and reflect on things, decide where I'm going to go with this podcast. I'm also I'm almost a musician. That was accidental. But in some ways, I am almost a musician. I am a musician, and I had to rethink my music thing. And anyway, just trying to figure out, taking a break, reflecting, thinking about where I'm going to go in the future. Because I am 59. So, you know, my future is limited compared to what it was, right? So anyway, thanks for stopping by the podcast. So that's why I took my time out. I did a little traveling as well. I'll share a little bit of that. I will share a little bit with you guys about that. My daughter got married, just a lot of things. Anyway, I drink coffee on the show, and today I'm drinking Black Rifle coffee. I really like these guys. I like what they stand for. I like their coffee, and they're just good. They're just good. It's just a good company, right? So cheers to Black Rifle Coffee. Cheers to coffee drinkers in general. I usually try out a lot of different type of coffees, and I'll tell you what I think. I did get some coffees from Michigan, and they were pretty good. I will put them in future podcasts, share those with you guys. But I keep going back to Black Rifle, so kudos to Black Rifle. Thanks again for stopping by. It is Tuesday, almost said December, Tuesday, June the 27th. It's been a while since I've done this, guys. So anyway, it's good to be back, like I said. So anyway, I went on some trips. Just got back last week from Mackinac Island, Michigan. If you've never been there, go. It's great. As long as you don't mind dodging the horse manure on the street, they do a pretty good job keeping it cleaned up. Because if you've never been to Mackinac Island, there's no automobiles on the island. It's all horse and drawn stuff and bicycles. The only motorized vehicles they have is they do have a runway in the middle of the island for an airport for emergencies, obviously, and they also have electric driven vehicles. I see older people on scooters, electric like wheelchairs, like modified wheelchairs, basically like a scooter. It's kind of cool, and they have some lawn equipment that's electric, and they may have chainsaws and things like that, but for the most part, there's no gas, there's no gas powered engines, there's no automobiles. It's just really nice. It kind of sets you back in time, right? So while I was on the island, I did a trip with a company called Turner Coaches, and I'll talk a little bit about them as well. But while I was on the island, I was with family, with my wife, 3 days. It was nice. I shot a little video, getting back to my music thing. I'm a musician. So I do these concept videos with original songs that I've created throughout the years. So I've been starting some concept videos. I'll put the link below if you guys want to check those out. But anyway, I shot some video from Mackinac Island, which was pretty cool. Put it into a concept. Put it to a song called Barbara Ann, which is my wife's name. And that song I wrote several years ago, dedicated to her. Put that video up. Like I said, I'll put the links below if you care to check it out. But anyway, always did like that island. It's very calming, relaxing, had a great time. And we went up with a company called Turner Coaches, and they're based out of Terre Haute, Indiana, the one that we went to anyway. And Annette is she's ahead of all that as far as your tour guide. She does a great job. So if you're watching Annette, kudos to you. The drivers have always been fantastic. We had Rex this last time. The time before we had Doug. They're great drivers. Anyway, Turner Coaches is the way to go. I'll put a link on the bottom too for Turner. If you're an older person, or not even necessarily older, if you just don't like to drive that far anymore, and you want somebody just to kind of take care of everything, go with Turner. Man, they do a great job. They're very accommodating. I didn't even have to go to Terre Haute to get picked up. The wife and I, we got picked up close to our house, which was on the way to Mackinac Island, but they went out of their way to accommodate us. So kudos to Turner Coaches and Annette and the staff there. Thank you very much. Had a great time. Make sure you bring some money, though, if you go to Mackinac Island, especially if you stay overnight at the island. Things are not exactly cheap up there. But, again, if you want to get away and experience something and you got a little cash saved up, go up there. I know I had a couple drinks at the Grand Hotel at the cupola at the top, and 2 drinks, one for me and one for the wife, and it was like almost $50. But it was one heck of a drink, though. I really did enjoy it. So anyway, went to Mackinac Island last week. And in April, the wife and I celebrated 10 years anniversary. Just kind of sharing this stuff with you guys. Hope you don't mind. Anyway, went to Petoskey, Michigan. So it was all Michigan. Michigan's a beautiful state here in the United States of America if you're out of the country watching this. But anyway, if you ever get a chance to go to Michigan, go check out some of the sites up in Michigan. Very pretty. Petoskey is nice. Mackinac City. Mackinac Island is fantastic. Take Sheplers, too. If you go over to the island, which you'll have to take a ferry unless you're one hell of a swimmer, which I don't recommend it. I recommend Sheplers. They do a good job, too, as far as ferrying you over there, too, to the island. So anyway, thanks again for stopping by. I just chat for like 30 minutes. Just going over my talking points. It's good to be back. All right, so last time I was on the podcast was like in May, I think, before May, right before the Indy 500 race. That was good. I live close to Indianapolis. I don't live in Indianapolis, but close to it. I followed the race, and it was a good race this year. I thought it was very good. But it's unbelievable how fast time is going. I've talked about this before. It's like, okay, it was April. We went to Petoskey, the wife and I, and then all of a sudden, okay, that came and gone. All of a sudden, it's like May, okay, race day and all that stuff. May, I don't even know where it went. It's gone. And now we went to Mackinac Island in June, and now June is pretty much gone. So the next thing that rolls around is 4th of July, right? I have some car shows coming up in July, which will be great. Gonna do some music stuff. So anyway, while I was out, the world has not changed that much. I was hoping to come back and have some great news for you guys. Like, okay, the Ukraine war is over. The economy is great, and everybody's kind of getting normalized, and things are kind of getting back to what they used to be, and things are just good, right? I just was hoping to come back and say, things are just fantastic. Now, are things really bad? Here? No, not really, not too bad, but we do have a lot of issues going on, right? Like today, as I sit here in Indiana, I'm in central Indiana. It looks like a giant haze out there. Maybe later on I'll share a picture of it. It's all the Canadian fires, folks. Today, like the pollution level's super high. And if I sound a little raspy, it's because of all the pollution from the Canadian wildfires. I was hoping that they would calm down. And I was trying to figure out what was going on with the Canadian wildfires to begin with, how they started. I know they have wildfires every year, but this year seems to be extremely worse. And the reason why is because of the weather. The weather has been very funky. Now, we can go on forever about that. That's another podcast, why weather's changing, climate change, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, the weather has changed. And I got my theories on that, and that may be next week's podcast. But anyway, Canadian fires, really bad. And we're feeling the effects here in Indiana. Chicago's feeling it. My eyes as I sit here. And I'm inside my studio, and it's closed off. I got the air conditioning on. But, man, I just feel like, wow. Couldn't figure out what. And it's this pollution, right? So, anyway, Canadian fires are going out of control, and it's caused by weather because they've had a drought. Now, we have a drought here in Indiana. It's been really bad. We've had a little bit of rain. I haven't seen it this dry in years, since the 80s. We had a bad spell back in 88, 87, somewhere back in there where it was like dry all summer long. I thought we were never going to get rain again. I thought we were just going to dry up and shrivel up and disappear, right? Be extinct, right? So has things really changed in the world? Not really. The war in Ukraine is still going on. Things are getting hot in China. We're still not. It's just getting bad over there as well. Like I said, the economy is unstable. Everybody seems to be worried, and I'm glad. I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm glad we're turning the page. I hate that time is going fast, especially that I'm older, but I'm glad that June is out of the way. I'm glad that June is gone, and I hate that because I used to love June, but I'm getting to the point to where I can't stand June anymore. And it's not that I don't care about people. I do. I care about all kinds of people. I care about everybody. I have no qualms with anybody. I don't care how anybody lives their lifestyles. I don't care about any of that, right? I just have my own world, and I sit in it, and I try to enjoy my world, and I try to share my world with other people without, vocalizing or cramming my beliefs down people's, throats, so to speak, But you guys know where I'm coming from, and I'm gonna go there a little bit. And some people may agree with me, some people may not. And at this point in my life, I really just don't care. Because I think I have a right to an opinion as well as anybody else. And like I said, I'm not hating on any groups. I don't hate on any groups. Y'all do what you want. I don't care. But when it gets to a point to where it's being ridiculous, and what I'm getting at is like, okay, June is the Pride Month, and I'm not going to bash on pride-loving people or whatever. That's not the purpose of what I'm doing. But I just think that, and I'll get into it further, so hang with me before you go, oh, he's this. I'm not that. I love all kinds of people. I love everybody. Okay, but here's what I got with that. And first of all, if I go further, I want to say hello, Charles. I know he's out there watching. We got a problem, and I talked about the opening of the podcast. We got a problem with being able to be self-thinkers, right? Being able to think for ourselves and being able to be okay with who we are, okay? And I guess in a way, that's what the pride thing is, right? I mean, I get it as far as, okay, people want to express a lifestyle, okay, that they're involved in, right? I get all that. I have nothing against that. But here's the thing: do we need a month to celebrate anything? Now I know in February they celebrate Black History Month for the whole month. Pride, June, the whole month. My question is this, and it's just a question, guys. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but do we really need a month to celebrate anything? We don't even really celebrate Christmas or Thanksgiving for a month. We don't celebrate President's Day for a month. We don't celebrate Labor Day for a month. We don't celebrate Father's Day for a month. We don't celebrate Mother's Day for a month. We don't celebrate Easter for a month. I mean, I don't. Okay, we don't. And here's the thing too about it. I just think we've gotten carried away, and Pride is an example. That whole movement is an example of how we're getting carried away with agendas, and that could be. And I just think it's not good to be radical on anything, on either side. I think if you're, and I'm talking a little bit of politics because the politics is involved in it, and big business, and hear me out when I talk about big business. Okay, we got a lot of radical stuff. People could be radical. People have been radical for years, but I don't think being radical about anything is good. Me being a straight conservative Christian guy, white guy, I don't want to be radical in my opinions and my views on what's going on. For an example, this is kind of a funny, right? What if we had a Johnny Allen month? I declare the month to be Johnny Allen month. Johnny Allen month. We're going to celebrate everything about Johnny Allen. That'd be me, right? We're going to celebrate me, okay? We're going to sell t-shirts of me and all kinds of stuff of me everywhere for everybody. And we're going to just put the commercials out there for me. And what the things I like, like I like Fords, I like Mustangs, I like gas cars. I like, camping, I like red meat, I like coffee, So we're just going to, everything that has to do with Johnny Allen, I'm going to sell, I want a whole month of just Johnny Allen. You see how ridiculous that is? No one would want to have a whole month of me. I wouldn't even want a whole month of me, right? I just wouldn't. I'm kind of laughing about it, guys. But really, do we need a whole month to celebrate? It's okay to have a day, maybe 2 days, maybe a week. Okay, we got a Pride Week. I'm all good with it. But I don't think we had to have a month of anything. We don't have a month of Christmas. I mean, it seems like it because things come out so early and people want to, but really Christmas is recognized one day. Thanksgiving's one day. I just don't know. Comment below. I don't know. Why do we need a whole month for an agenda, for a lifestyle? And if you look at like the difference between Pride and Christmas and everything, Christmas is celebrating, the birth of Jesus or whatever. However you want to look at it. Thanksgiving, celebrating the feast of the. So the difference is like Pride is celebrating a lifestyle. It's not celebrating, I don't think, in my opinion, I may be wrong. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, off track. But the way I look at it, my humble self, is that it's celebrating a movement. It's celebrating a lifestyle. It's not celebrating an event. Like Veterans Day, we're celebrating veterans. Okay, we're celebrating what they did, as far as their service to the country and everybody, all the veterans that had died for our freedom, right? Okay, is that really a lifestyle? I don't know. Thanksgiving, the celebration of us, eating with the Native Americans and being thankful, is that really a lifestyle? You see, get my question. Is Mother's Day a lifestyle? Is Father's Day a lifestyle? Celebrating fathers, but it's not celebrating a lifestyle. The thing is that with Pride is you're categorizing how all these people live their lifestyles. In other words, if you're gay, you're gay, if you're lesbian, whatever, you're celebrating a lifestyle. I just got a question about that, is celebrating a lifestyle. That's why I use the example of Johnny Allen month. Johnny Allen, let's do a Johnny Allen month because we're going to celebrate my lifestyle. Okay, we're going to celebrate straightness. We're going to celebrate, Black Rifle Coffee. We're going to celebrate music. We're going to celebrate heavy metal music. We're going to celebrate, muscle cars and that kind of thing. We're going to celebrate throwing red meat on the grill. You guys get it. And a lot of people don't agree with that. And that's okay. I mean, a lot of people don't like red meat. There's vegetarians. There's a lot of people that don't like gas cars. There's a lot of people that don't like Fords. There's a lot of people that don't like Black Rifle Coffee. You get where I'm going with this, guys? There's a lot of people that don't like that. So why should I celebrate a Johnny Allen month You get what I'm saying? I'm just trying to open your mind to this thing. And the thing is about the pride thing, and I'm about ready to, cut the subject because, I really don't care either way, but I care about how far we push any kind of agenda. Like I said, a radical's agenda, where it starts becoming radical. And why I say this is starting to become radical, because you got it in schools, you got it in beer companies, clothing companies, car companies. I love Ford. It's like, how far do you got to go with it? You know what I mean? How far do you got to go with the lifestyle? I mean, we get it. We have nothing against gay people, transsexual people, whatever. We have nothing against the lifestyle that you want to do. Have nothing personal against that. Okay? I personally don't care, But the thing is, the celebration of it being a whole month is a little much. And the celebration of it being everywhere you go, it's on police cars. I mean, the rainbow's everywhere. I got people flying flags of the rainbow, still flying American flags. And I might be venting a little bit, and I may, quite frankly, piss some of my friends off by even bringing the subject up. But I felt strongly enough, that I should address it a little bit. I mean, I think I'm entitled to my feelings and my thoughts as much as anybody else, any other person created on this earth. I really do feel that way. And like I said, I have nothing against a lifestyle that you want to live. I'm friends with gay people. Okay, I'm okay with that aspect of it. What I have a question, I want to just clarify this. Where I have a question is, why do we have to celebrate a month? Why is it a whole month blocked off? I mean, you got Father's Day one day in the month of June, and the rest of it's all Pride. So why do we have to have a whole month of this celebration? Why can't it be just a day or two a week? Like everything else is, pretty much. And the thing is, why does it have to be everywhere? Why do you have to put, for the whole month, the signs everywhere? And I'll tell you why I think that is. And I think I think even the people that celebrate Pride, and I think the people that are gay, transsexual, lesbian, whatever, guys, listen up. And like I said, I know people, and I'm friends with people that are that way. Okay, listen up. They're using your social status, okay, your social status, for profit. Well, I'm talking about the big companies. I'm talking about Ford, Target, Anheuser-Busch, blah, 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 blah. All these big corporations, why you see it everywhere and why it's so big, it's not because they're embracing you guys. They're fooling you. Think about it. Think about it real closely. They are fooling your movement, your awareness. They're fooling you, because what they're doing is they're making money off of it for their company. That's it. That's like if I had a Johnny Allen month, and they probably wouldn't really give a rat's butt about me, right? But you know what? It become kind of popular. So you know what? Let's jump on the bandwagon. We jump on bandwagons all the time. That's why we don't think for ourselves. We jump on bandwagons. I've been talking about this forever. So what they do is they take the Johnny Allen month and they say, yeah, man, we're gonna make money on it. We can see money. We see dollar figures, right? Dollar figures are about everything. So the Pride Month, guys, that's another reason why I don't think it should go for a month, because you know what? These big corporations are making money off of your lifestyle. Now, do you think that's fair? If you think that's fair, that's fine. If you don't, I understand. I don't think it's fair to make money. I don't think it's fair to basically, in lacquer terms, pimp you out to make money. And that's what these companies are doing. They're pimping people out to make money. They're pimping organizations out to them. I could go on and on forever. And everybody jumps on these bandwagons. They jump on the bandwagon. Oh, we got to support this. We got to support that. We got to support this. And it happens on the conservative side as well. It happens everywhere. Why do you think the wars are going on? It's all about money, folks. It's all about money. Everything is about money. Think about it. You might think I'm a little crazy, but no, I'm not. It's all about money. Think about it deeply. Keep an open mind. Think about really deep within why the companies are supporting you, no matter what your cause is, whether it's pride, whether it's a war, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Even ultra patriots. Okay, I'm a patriot. Okay, I believe in love of my country and everything, but there's always money to be made on that. I bought a shirt not too long ago that I thought was a patriotic shirt because I was going to wear it for, July 4th, celebrating Independence Day, right? Guess where it's made? It's made overseas. Half of your American flags are made in China. See, it's all about money. So the root to what I'm saying, guys, is this. Like I said, I'm not bashing on any organization. I'm just saying be careful about being radical and jumping on bandwagons because the big dogs, the big companies, the big CEOs, they don't care about you. They care about getting rich. That is it. And I'm going to drink to that. If you agree with me, comment below. But I really thought about it for a long time. And I'm almost 60 years old, guys. I wasn't born yesterday. I've seen a lot of changes going on for you young people that happen to be watching me. I've seen a lot of changes going on throughout the days. All right. It has changed a lot in a lot of ways. In some respects, it's stayed the same, but it's gotten more radical today. And I think it's money pushed, driven to get radical, the radicalization of everything. So anyway, I don't feel like we need to celebrate a month of anything, period, nothing. I think Christmas is overblown, too commercial. I mean, seriously, think about it. That's why I'm ranting about this right now, guys. Okay, the pride thing was just an example because we're just getting out of the month of June. That's why I used it as an example. So, I hope you guys are okay with me using that as an example of why they're doing the money. And the thing is, the sad thing about the pride thing, and I'm done real quick, is when they start getting real extreme and teaching sexuality to kids. That's a whole different thing. But, common sense tells you that's wrong, guys. That's totally wrong. And I got my theories about that too, but I won't get into it today. Okay. And that's the reason why I'm not woke, because it's all about money driven. It's money. It's radical thinking. Radical thinking is not good on either side. Like I said, if I was a radical Johnny Allen, okay, ultra gun toting guy, which I'm not or whatever, if I was that kind of guy, you guys wouldn't want me preaching radicalism. Okay. So I feel like, in my humble opinion, radicalism has nothing. There's no really place for being radical, because radical just causes unrest and peace, no peace when you're radical on anywhere. There's no peace. There's no rest. Only the rich get richer and the poor get poorer when you're radical. It doesn't usually solve anything. It usually goes into a war, which kills people. And I mean, you just look around, you guys. Okay, really, just look around at what's going on. So that's my thing about that. So I do, and you're going to give up your freedom. So, the thing is about the people that are gay and whatever, that's fine. But when you start submitting your lifestyle and you start putting it out there and you're blowing it all up and it becomes radicalized, so to speak, you're actually killing your freedom. You're killing your social status, your ways of living. You're killing that. You're going to end up killing that way, your ways of living, by putting it out there so much. It actually does backfire on people, right? It backfires. If you don't believe it, look at Christians. It backfires on them all the time. If you don't believe me, watch Living Waters, the podcast, where he's trying to talk to people. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes, a lot of times this backfires. So you got to be really careful about being quote unquote radical about things. Okay, so that's one of my talking points, guys. I hope you get something out of that. That's just observation. Okay, I mean, just observation. I'm enjoying life every day. I don't let these things really bother me. It may sound like it. I'm just bringing attention to it and just my thoughts, but I really don't let these things bother me. Like I said, I'm at the end of my life right now. I got less to go than I had. All right. So at this point in my life, I think about every day I wake up as a blessing. I think about every day I wake up, let's just enjoy it. Something simple, whatever it is I got to do, let's just enjoy it. And that's how I'm thinking. Do these things irritate me that are going on out in the world? Well, sure. But is there anything I could do about it? Not really. I could kind of bring awareness to it. Maybe think that you guys think a little bit different. Maybe think about it. Really, I guess I wanted asking is just, be a self-thinker. Think about really what's going on. We're controlled all the time by Big Brother. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's true. Whoever's controlling the thing, that's, and I don't want to be sucked into that. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be sucked into that. I'll drink that. I don't want to be sucked into being controlled by, bigger forces than me, from this world, anyway. And the thing is, everybody does, like I said, jumps on board. So anyway, I'm gonna change the subject. And people get mad, you know. I mean, I might have people, say something about this. Well, what's he talking about? He's dogging this and dogging that. I'm not dogging anything. I just feel like, kind of open your mind to what's going on and really think about it, I mean, you look at what happened like with Target and stuff, and I promise I'm done with this subject, but what happens when you push an agenda too much? You're going to make some people happy and some people angry, right? You're not going to please everybody. Target did that, right? They were thinking, I'm going to push I'm going to jump on the pride bandwagon and I'm going to do this radical pride stuff. It's not like just selling a rainbow shirt or whatever and letting it go. They got to say, I'm happy to be this, I'm happy to be that. And, so they pissed off other people. So what happened? It got to be radical. It's the point I'm trying to make. It got to be radical because they pushed an agenda too much. So it got to be radical, and it ended up having a lot of chaos and problems within the organization. So my point is with this, and this is it, at the end of the day, is you got to be careful about being really radical about certain subjects or any subject really, right? Because people shouldn't be controlled, and people don't like to be controlled, right? And people don't like to be told, okay, you got to drink Black Rifle coffee. I personally like it, but you got to drink it. And, and if you don't drink it, well, you're just a terrible person. And, you just don't belong in this world. You got to be careful when you do that. And that's for either side. Bill O'Reilly kind of brought it up, really about the radicalism. And he's right. There's people on the right and there's people on the left that are radical. We just can't be. I just feel like there's no place in the world to be radical. We can be logical and we can think about things and we can be negotiable, but not radical. That's it. That's all I got to say about it. It's not good to overkill anything. Not good to overkill anything. All right. Well, anyway, I'm glad to be back. I don't mean to be on a soapbox, but, June was kind of crazy. I did enjoy Father's Day. I did enjoy the trips. That was all good. I did enjoy my daughter's wedding. That was good. I got some card shows coming up, and I got some videos coming up. So on the music side, I don't like to cross-pollinate my podcast with my music, but it's just all me right now. I'm not really involved in any bands and anything, and I'll close on that subject. But as far as me as a musician, I got some solo projects out there. And I got solo projects coming up. I got a tribute song that I'm in the middle of writing right now for my friends and family members who have died in the last 5 years. I have a tribute song to them that's going to be very heartfelt. I'll let you guys know when that's done. It'll be done at the end of the year. I got some things in the works and already been posting videos. I got another video coming up. I got another video coming up in the next couple weeks. So I'm just shooting some videos. And the main thing is in July, I will be doing an acoustic show on my music site. Just me doing acoustic and just random songs. I think you guys, if you get a chance, sit back and I'll check that out. I'd appreciate it. You may enjoy that. A couple last final thoughts before I get off here. I did play a little bit up in Mackinac Island to a few people. I didn't rehearse up. I winged it on some stuff, and I didn't know what I was doing on half of it. But the people did enjoy it on the front porch at the end of Mackinac, and I appreciate that. And that kind of gave me a little encouragement and a boost to kind of, just get back into playing acoustic and keeping things simple. Okay, as you guys know, I was involved in Crossroads Saints project a couple years ago, started during the pandemic and all that. A few people watch my podcast and also follow Crossroads Saints as well. Well, there's a couple things I want to clarify with Crossroads Saints. And, okay, I had some questions presented to me. Okay. I have a YouTube channel with Crossroads Saints that I created. I have a Facebook channel with Crossroads Saints that I created. When Crossroads Saints did their album, those became band pages, putting the music and everything up there and letting you guys know what's going on with the album that we did called Song of Your Own. Very good album. Very good album. Proud of all the work I'd done on that record and what I contributed to that record. But anyway, Daryl is pretty much handling that and has handled it and will handle it. But he may be He may not be doing it anymore. I don't know yet. I'll have to see. I got to talk to him about what the future of those websites are. But I'll let you guys know. But I'll probably, no matter what the future of the Crossroads Saints is, I'll probably go ahead and keep a YouTube channel that I created for the band, just to share some songs and stuff with you guys. Because like I said, I'm real proud of the record and real proud of the accomplishments that I've done with that group forever. And Mike and Daryl are real good friends of mine. And Mike's actually my biological brother. I call Daryl my brother from another mother. But the point I'm trying to make with all this is that I had some questions on the Facebook band page, Crossroads Saints Facebook band page, about some messaging going on that had to do with political type of agenda. And I just want to clear it up for the record. Mike and I don't do any political stuff on music websites, any of them, including Crossroads Saints. So that's all I'm going to say with that. So any conversations that may come up, Mike and I were not involved in those conversations. That's all I got to say about it. So I don't know anything about them. I don't know what went on. And the guys, I don't really, to be quite honest, I don't follow instant messaging on conversations. But I just want to clarify for a record. And the only reason why I say that is because I had a couple of my friends come up to me and say, hey, what do you comment on Crossroads Saints Facebook page? And I didn't know anything about it. So anyway, it had nothing to do with Mike and I. So just for the record. So anything. So if you agreed or disagreed or whatever on the political side of the music Facebook page, I didn't have anything to do with that. So I just wanted to clarify that. And like I said, in the future for my own personal website, and I won't ever do I won't cross-pollinate this podcast with my music sites, especially when it comes to comments. So just to clarify that. So anyway, any kind of political jargon or things, like I said today, will come out on my podcast. Anything musical is going to stay on music sites. So that's it. And like I said, as far as what goes on with the future of the media with the Crossroads Saints, the social media, I have no idea at this point. I'll keep you guys posted. Like I said, I'll probably keep a YouTube channel at least, because I love the record. I love the music. I think I feel like it needs to still be shared with the world. So, but I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on with that. That's basically it. I tried to stay non-political anyway. A few things aggravate me. If I'm going to do political stuff, it's this platform right here. I'm gonna spill my opinions, my humble opinions out about. So, but like I said, I'll link anything. I will share links of my music sites on here because I married at least that part of it together. So if you guys are interested in music and what I'm doing there, you can just hit the link and go there. Well, thanks again for stopping by. I do appreciate Charles. If you're out there, we'll get together soon, buddy. I promise. I hope you're healing up. Charles is an old associate worker of mine, and we've become pretty close. I really like Charles. Keep in contact with Charles. He's a good guy. He knows who he is. He's faithful watching the podcast. I appreciate that. But we'll get together, my friends, soon. Guys, the bottom line is I got to end the podcast today. Again, thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry I was gone. Had to have a break from all this madness that I shared with you. It's not really madness, I guess. It's just my observations. But I guess the bottom line, if you get out anything of what I said for the last 30, 40 minutes, whatever, it's this. Keep your own mind, make decisions, and think for yourself. Don't let social agendas push you into thinking that, oh, I got to go this way, or I got to go this way, or I got to do this, or I got to eat this, and I got to, because that's being radical, that's being controlling, you're losing your freedom, period. That's it. Should we be careful with our celebrations or what our awarenesses? Yes, we should, no matter what it is, We need to be careful on how much we push an agenda, period. Because radicalism is no good. That is the point of this podcast today. That is my main talking point, is there's no room to be radical. It just causes problems. And was I radical in the past? Yes. Am I radical? No. Now, no. You can't be. It just causes problems. My own humble opinion. Comment below if you agree or disagree. Just stay safe. If you live in the Midwest, try to not breathe the Canadian fire smoke up there. I love my neighbors to the north, and they apologize for sending all their smoke this way. You know, it's tough times that we're living in. You guys just stay safe, be healthy, watch over your shoulder. Don't let people talk you into something that you don't feel comfortable in. Okay, that's it. If you stand for something, if you stand for a really good cause, I don't have a problem bringing awareness to it, like saving tigers. I mean, I'm not kidding about that. I really am serious. We got to save the tigers. Tigers are almost extinct. I'm okay with all that stuff. I'm okay with doing things in moderation. We don't have to get carried away and overboard with everything. Americans are real bad about it, but the whole world does it. We jump on bandwagons all the time, whether it's music, whether it's food, whether it's diets, whether it's exercise, whether it's a lifestyle. No matter what it is, we are just like sheep being led to, whatever. We're like sheep following each other. We got to stop that thinking. It's okay to be individuals, right? And it's okay if somebody wants to do something and somebody else does something else. Doesn't make that person a bad person, that person a bad person. We don't have to be radical, like I said. I'm almost done, promise. We don't have to be radical about anything, okay? That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got today. Thanks for stopping back. I'm glad to be back. It's fun. I like venting for 30 minutes or whatever. But anyway, keep an eye on I got some music coming up, guys. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to the acoustic stuff on the music side. Looking forward to talking about more stuff on this podcast. And Chris and Daniel down there in Austin, I hope you guys are doing well down there. Haven't heard from you for a while. You guys just be safe, love each other, and don't be radical. We'll catch you later. You have discovered, through the expansion of the internet world, I am Johnny Allen, and this is the Johnny Allen 30-Minute Podcast.